Okay, today's lesson we're going to talk about social media for our life skills class. What do you guys know about social media?
It's like news.
News?
Could be news.
Could be news, right?
Yeah.
How many of you have Facebook?
Twitter.
Twitter.
That's for sure.
Instagram, Pinterest, okay, all that stuff. That's what we're going to talk about today. And really the purpose of social media. Why do we have it? Why can we access it? How should we use it appropriately? Okay, so our learning target for today is on the board. That's also on my PowerPoint. The student will learn the purpose of social media and how to appropriately use it. Okay, I've put some of the social media logos up here. Some of you are probably familiar with them. Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Google Plus, and Vine. Okay, I'll be honest, I have Facebook, I have Twitter, and I recently have the Vine, and I also have Google Plus. Google Plus is more of our educational side of social media, more so than Facebook and Twitter. Okay, so anybody got a question with our learning target for the day?
Yeah.
Okay. Opening comments. Students become increasingly familiar with online sites and social media. You have to agree that over the past couple years, these social medias have really came about.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, we didn't have this stuff. Okay, we didn't do stuff like this. We did snail mail. We wrote letters. We walked or rode our bike to our friend's house if we wanted to talk to him. That sort of thing. So I didn't have this growing up. It wasn't until maybe I was 27 years old they finally came out with it's called MySpace.
Yeah.
Did you guys have MySpace?
It went from Yahoo, MySpace, Vivo, Facebook, and then it just went on.
Is MySpace still out there?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. I used to be on that, but not anymore. So, but you're becoming familiar with all these online sites and social media where you share information and meet new people, right? Have any of you met a new friend recently because of a social media network? Yes, no, not really. Are a lot of your friends or people that you follow, are they people that you already know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Some people, but
Do you follow any like professional? You know, I'm a football coach also, so I follow a lot of other football coaches as kind of professional development and networking that way. Do you guys do any of that, or is it just pretty
like I
much
follow
friends?
Blake Griffin and LeBron James just to hear about the games.
So you follow like famous people?
Yeah, and
Okay.
Chief Keef followed me.
Chief Keef follows you?
Yeah.
Although these sites are easy to access and fun, right? They're pretty easy. You can create a username and password. There you go. You can start up a Twitter or whatever. Students should always be careful with how they use social media. Okay? Now when I say that, be careful how you use it. What am I talking about? What should you be careful of?
What you putting on?
What you put on there. Okay? You've always got to be pretty cautious of the type of content that you're putting on them things.
But some people just mainly put their personal problems.
A little introductory activity, just kind of some question and answer right now. What social media are you currently using? We got Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter,
Sometimes.
sometimes, Google Plus.
I've
Ever heard of it? Okay. So, between you guys, you often have more than one social media site that you go to.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think social media should be used for? What should it be used for?
Socializing.
Socializing? Should you air your dirty laundry on social media? You know, I mean, should you put out confidential information that maybe somebody doesn't need to know? No. Okay. I use it to keep in touch with my old high school friends, my old college friends, A lot of my family's on there. It's kind of funny because my mom and dad, even my grandma is on Facebook.
Yeah.
You know, they're still trying to learn how to use it, but it's just another way for me to keep in touch with my extended family. That, you know, some live in Texas, some are in Florida, some live up in Michigan. So it's a cool way to keep in touch with family. In what ways are social media being used? What ways are social media being used by other people? You said LeBron James, you follow him. What do you think he uses his social media for?
He usually tells us about what happened in the game.
What happens in games?
What are our opinions?
So do you think he's trying to market himself maybe?
Yeah.
Make himself look good? A positive image? Okay. A lot of businesses have these accounts, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen that? So what are they trying to do?
I don't know, I follow Foot Life.
Commercials, okay? Get the word out. Maybe they're a brand new business. They want you to know about what they have going on.
They usually say about the release date on Foot Life.
So Foot Locker has some release dates. So what are they trying to get you to do?
Come by.
Come in the door and buy some sneakers, right? Okay? So sales, marketing, relationships. You guys have heard of Monte Te'o, the linebacker from Notre Dame that had the girlfriend online?
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So people use it for relationships. Now, that's one of the risks, right? Like Monte Te'o's experience, you don't know who the other person is, so that's always a risk. We have to be careful. Last question, what should you be careful of using social media for? Like I said, we have the catfishing thing. We have, there's a lot of predators out there, right? People that stalk you, people that can steal your identity.
Yeah.
If you post a picture on these social medias, do they go away? It's going to be on there. Now, Snapchat, I think you got 10 seconds, right? And then you can take it off.
You can screenshot it.
Screenshot it. Okay.
They came out with a new, that Snap Save or something like that. Where you can like save them.
Save them. Okay. But more often than not, what you put online, it's going to be there forever. So that's kind of what you got to be careful putting on there. Any questions? All right. Advantages of social media. Okay, for the next couple minutes here, I want to talk about advantages and disadvantages. So we're going to compare and contrast. Okay, and some of the things that I noted, social networking can open up a new world of communication, integration. What does integration mean? We got segregate, where we're keeping everybody separate.
Okay.
We got integration, where
That way, yeah.
bringing everybody together, right? And community participation. Young adults, such as yourself, can express themselves, including their thoughts and feelings, more easily without the fear of rejection or a stigma they may experience in real life. Okay? How many of you get on social media and just simply state, I'm having a bad day, or I'm really upset, or, you know, didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night, so I don't feel like going to school.
There's a lot of different stuff that's what they people use.
Okay, so you guys are able to express yourself freely, and the only way that somebody is going to interfere with that expression is if they what? Comment on it, right? If they comment. So what you don't have is that face-to-face interaction. Research suggests that these young adults may be more willing to ask for help online than face-to-face situations. How many of you are like that? You know, we quit talking to people. I used to be able to take my phone and call Johnny or Bob or whoever. Now we just want to text them, right? Why is that? Isn't it faster to just call him? Or is it faster to send a text message?
Wow. That's better than leaving a voicemail, yeah.
Better than leaving a voicemail? Okay. Furthermore, young adults who experience difficulty with social skills can socialize anonymously and can experiment with different personas and practice initiating and maintaining online friendships. How are your guys' social skills? I mean, do you feel like you could Could you walk up to anybody out on the street and just start having a conversation with them?
Yeah.
No, it'd be a little awkward.
I could, but
Right.
not really.
Okay.
Like
So-
PS3.
so with social media, With social media, do you have to worry about your appearance or what you look like? No, so if I want to start a conversation with somebody, they really don't know who I am. Unless I have a profile picture of myself right there, right? Okay,
But could PS3 be like that? Since I guess you're actually talking to them over online.
PS3? Yeah. Yeah, you bet. They can also respond to others by taking advantage of having time to review and edit communications before sending it on. You ever send out a text message or want to send out a text message and you think about it for a while and you're like, I don't want to send it, so you erase the whole thing. You start over, I don't want to send that out either. Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
I've done that to people, I don't know how many times, where I've thought about, well, maybe this is offensive, maybe this one will make them mad, maybe this one, you know, so on and so on. So you have the ability to edit and think before you respond with social media, which is an advantage. Ultimately, this skill may carry over into real life and give a sense of new courage to make and maintain friendships in everyday life. Do you guys agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So to kind of sum up that paragraph, the advantages of using social media, you can enhance your social skills, you gain independence and self-expression. Some will argue that you gain a sense of self-esteem, you feel better about yourself. Digital competence, you know, let's face it, writing a letter is old news, right? We're digital, everything we do is computer-based, technology-based. And if you're not doing that, you're behind. Educational, professional development, okay? Research. You guys ever use social media for research? Have something due in class or a project in class? You could use social media for that. And then assistive technology for, you know, not only kids but adults that have disabilities. They can use social media to overcome their deficit or their disability. Okay, now we're going to talk about the risks. We talked about advantages, these are the risks. Social networking may further isolate those who may already feel isolated or not included. So this is kind of the reverse thing. Okay, Keyshawn, so when you come to school, or Cody, when you come to school, you get to talk and integrate with kids. You get to socialize.
Yeah.
But if you're at home, if you were homeschooled, you're not here getting that social experience. You're not talking, you don't see people face to face. So what they're saying is this could be a bad thing.
Yeah.
Okay? This could lead to depression and loneliness. Also, in young adults with disabilities must make important life decisions regarding disclosure of their disability. If, how, when, and whom. Unintended disclosure may be possible by posting pictures or becoming fans of disability support groups, for example. Okay, so, you know, have you ever heard of the word confidentiality? Something being confidential. Okay, you know, you guys all have IEPs, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that information is confidential. Only certain people have access to that. And for the most part, it's me, the ADA, and you and your parents.
The principal can't get it in?
The principal can get it, but he has to be invited, you know, to the meeting and have approval to see it as well. Okay, so the risk of that, the risk is throwing out information that doesn't need to be out on the internet. While this might not be an issue, it makes the disclosure discussion even more important. Okay, you know, sometimes there's, you know, my college football coach always said that our team was a family. And if somebody got hurt, we didn't want anybody else to know about it, especially the team we played that week or the next week. All right, so we wanted to keep everything what we called in-house. And if something went wrong with your family, maybe mom got sick or dad went to prison or, you know, brothers got his girlfriend pregnant, whatever, okay, you don't need that information floating out around town or in your community. So That kind of stuff needs to be kept in-house.
Yeah, it's like, wouldn't it be like The Blind Side though? Because like she taught whatever, Michael Orr to play football by protecting the quarterback is like protecting his family.
Good.
And then he didn't let no one touch him.
That's right. Exactly. Excellent. That's a good movie, by the way. I love that movie. So just kind of summing up the risks of social media, or some of the weaknesses or disadvantages. Sharing personal information, pictures to the wrong people. Okay. You know, to kind of correlate into that, we have bullying. You guys have heard of cyberbullying. Okay, bullying is a big issue in our current society, and a lot of predators or people that are seeking harm use social media as a weapon. Okay, and I'm sure you're all aware of that. It's pretty prominent. I think our school does a pretty good job of policing that, and if we have any issues, we do take care of it. What you post is permanent. It's on there. It doesn't go away.
Or you could erase it.
You could erase it, but once it got posted, if one person seen that thing and either shared it or reposted it, or you know, took a screenshot, it's out there, and it can stay out there. We talked about disclosure of information. We don't need stuff broadcasted that might be personal, private, or confidential. And then I put hire and fire. You know, if you go into a job interview and your potential employer looks at your social media, Facebook, and they see a bunch of cussing, or maybe a lot of late night posting going on, or random pictures of you partying and drinking and that sort of thing, chances of you getting hired are probably pretty slim.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, that goes for the opposite too. Maybe you're already employed. Your employer sees your Twitter feed, or maybe you're talking behind your boss's back and saying he's the worst boss ever, blah, 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 and he sees it. You know, maybe you get fired for insubordination. Okay? So that's the risk. Activity. The activity we got, we're going to do a social media Venn diagram. Okay? Raise your hand if you guys know what a Venn diagram is.
Heard of it, but I don't know.
Don't know what it is? Okay? It looks just like this. Venn diagram. Okay? I'm going to give you guys...
Oh, yeah, I know what this is.
Give you guys one of these. Okay? What I want you to do is pick 2 social medias that we talked about. 2 social medias that we've talked about. Okay? I could pick Facebook and over here I might pick Twitter. Now, what do we put in these circles?
How they're equal?
What do we put in these circles on the outside?
Oh.
How they're different.
Okay.
How is Facebook different from Twitter? How is Twitter different from Facebook? Now in the middle, we're going to put, how are they the same?
You can follow people.
Okay, yeah.
But if you think about it, if you have Twitter, it's also you're also following them on Facebook too. So it could be different.
They have that ability now.
Yeah.
So hey, right here, similarities. How are they the same? Okay, how are they the same? You know, they're both technology. Twitter, you favorite something. Facebook, you like it. Is there a minimum amount of characters that you can type on Facebook? No. Twitter, I think, how many letters do you get on Twitter?
100?
Is it 100? Something like, I think it's 100. Okay. All right, I'm just going to give you a couple minutes. No more than 2 or 3 in each one. 2 or 3 differences, 2 or 3 similarities. And keep in mind, what's their purpose? What's their purpose? Could it be they both are used to communicate, or are they both used as a marketing tool? two outer circles mirroring differences, right? Because it's something that's different from each other. Then the middle, where they inter. You don't, I mean, do you have any other ones? The line or, no? Okay. Maybe you can collaborate with Keyshawn about Twitter. Like I said, on Twitter, you can only write so many words, so many letters. I think you get 100 characters. Maybe you start with similarities. You can probably find something more similar with them.
For my second one, I put like Instagram. Instagram is pretty much all about taking pictures,
Right.
and Twitter is all about following you. That's my name.
Okay. Good. You guys look like you did a pretty good job with that. Yeah, make sure your name's on it so I can get you your credit. All right, we're gonna keep moving forward here. This is your evaluation. Okay. In the back of the room, there's 3 pieces of paper. On those pieces of paper, there's questions. So in this back part of the room is question number 1. On the computer table back here
2.
is question number 2. And over by the window on the ledge is question number 3. Okay?